Well, I'm sitting here talking to myself again. I thought the camera was on. Somebody or something has turned over something here and left it for me to clean up, and I can't imagine why they would dump something. I guess I can take my jacket off now. I guess. I have to have help getting my jacket on. I can get it off all right. But getting it on, I'll have to have help. That's e-waste. I wished I could get down there and pick all that up without having to do it this way, but I can't. But I can't. Now, what in the world is them things there? I keep seeing these things. Is that a knob or? I think that's wire. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, if I hadn't have been sitting where I was sitting, if I'd have been 12 inches to back that way, that limb would have crushed me. I would have been dead. But I just happened to be, the way it fell, I was like I was in a little cage there. There, talk about dodging the bullet. I sure dodged it yesterday. And of course, I wished I'd had my camera on at the time I had it on. I was riding around the yard picking up stuff because the wind was blowing and getting in there, blowing stuff around, and I just wanted to get everything up. And next thing I know, a piece come down that I couldn't move. It about moved my butt. Yes, it did. It surely did. I'm telling you, man. It, oh my goodness. I about pooped in my pants. When it fell, I didn't. It done it so quick. I didn't even have time to flinch or try to dodge anything or anything. It just blam, and it was there. And then I had to sit there a minute to see if I was alive. Oh my gosh. It, I sure wished I could have got that on camera. I got, right after it happened, I said, I'm going to turn my camera on. Yeah, it was on, I just didn't have it recording, and then I said, GoPro, start recording. Why you keep turning off, buddy? You know, people keep talking about me working harder and not smarter, but that's gone. It's all I can do. Just to work. That is my selfie stick. That'll go over there for right now. This is that's got gold in it, by the way. That's sand disc. This is my broke mirror for my scooter. I tell you what's dang true, folks, I can't stand it. Oh yeah, I'll clean the tree up, man. Cut it off. That's not our responsibility. Of course not. Of course not. It's gonna fall on us. You know what? I'm gonna save that. Now, that's gonna go on that, or that. That's gonna go in there. Boy, I sure miss the days when I could work. I can't even lift, see my arm right there? I can't lift it up to that. I have to do this. And it's gotta be in my shoulder muscles or something. Something. I wonder if anything can be done for my strength in my muscles anymore. And you know, folks, back when I was building furniture, we used staple guns, air staple guns. And they weighed about a pound, and I can't lift my own arm up there, let alone with a staple gun in it. It's really, I want to get depressed about it, but I can't afford to get depressed. I just can't. I got to keep going, you know. I got my babies in there, and I wanna be around for them, but I don't want to be like totally dependent on them. But it's like, what is that? That'll go in my wire bucket. working smarter. I ain't gonna throw it aside to work on later. I'm putting it right in the thing that's done. I need another bucket for wire. I got more clamps and my bags will need to go there. What is this? I'll never use this again. I ain't gonna throw it away though, daggone it. This, will I ever use this again? There's my safety goggles. This is that a motor? I think it is. Alright. See, I'm gonna start using that again. What is that? That's an extension cord behind it. I ain't gonna throw that away. That's aluminum. What is this? This is staples for a staple gun. I don't have any. I should have never let my air compressor go and my staple gun and all that stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I was probably thinking of the same thing that time. I had about almost 50 birdhouses that I had built. They were all painted up, decorated and all that stuff. And I can't remember what it was, but something got me just plain pissed off. I don't know what it was. I don't know. And there's a video of it. You just have to look it up. It may help figure out what I was thinking. I burned them. Made a big old pile out there and I burnt every last one of them. I think it was 47 or 48. Burn them. I can't remember what I got so ticked off about. If I get mad or something or ticked like that, I don't get like violent or dangerous to other people or anything like that. I just get to a stage where I cut off my nose to spite my face. Boy, it made a nice fire pile. I sure burned them. And then it's right after that that I sold my whole woodworking shop. I had a canopy and everything out here that I was working under, and had electric wire run out there and all that good stuff. Had a planer, a joiner, drill press, table saw, everything. Had the plunge routers, everything. Top-notch stuff. And I sold it all for one money. Somebody come in wanting to buy this or buy that. I said, nope, you want one, you got to buy them all. I told them I won't piecemealing it out. Somebody come along and bought the whole works. They even bought the can. They even took my canopy down, took my wire out, and all that stuff. Crazy old man. That's been way over a year ago. Probably a year and a half. Dauber. Back then I was wood dauber. Wood dauber. And I was building all kinds of crafts. You know, I was just doing my thing. And all I can hear, you gotta get out of that. You got to get out of that wood shop. You can't be working out there like that anymore. It's too dangerous. Yeah. And what is that electric wire? Yep, sure is. That would go right here. Working smarter. And this, I can throw that out too, because it's, I'll put it there right now. I'm going to, I need to mount this thing over here on this table. I got one over there. Can't have enough clamps and vices. I wonder if I can get the reason I got so many of these battery clamps like that is there's my magnifying glass. I've been looking for it, never could find it. There's a brass. Oh, there's another clamp. And there's there's some of my belts from my belt sander that I had, my 1-inch belt sander. I had sanders too. That'll go over yonder. And here's what's left of my wife's frying pan. The handle got broke off. I don't know how it got broke off. Somebody dropped it out here. And that was a wedding present to my wife, because they knew she loved to cook on iron skillets and stuff. And her oldest sister gave us that in 1964. I'd give anything if I could find that handle and just kind of glue it on or something. Been many meals cooked on that thing. My wife, people want me to post pictures of my wife. She would take and fill that skillet up about 3/4 of the way with French fries that she cut up herself, you know, and she used to peel them and everything before she done that, but she found out I liked the peels too, so she just started slicing them up. And then she'd throw a big old handful of fries in that thing when the oil was right. And about when they were half done, she would go in there, and we call them spoon fries. Yeah, she would take, and when they got about half done, she would take a spoon or a bread knife or something and cut about halfway through the fries, you know, kind of push down on it and curl it so it wasn't like a straight cut. Wouldn't cut it all the way in half, and then let them finish frying up till they was done, and it would make them nice little crispy spots on there where them cuts was, and we loved them. We absolutely loved them. She called them spoon fry. I guess I named them. First time she done it, next time she was doing some fries, I said, "Can you make them like you did before?" And she said, "You just fry them." I said, "No, kind of like the spoon fries you did with the spoon." Oh, so from then on, she fixed French fries. They were spoon fries. And then sometimes she would take, not sliced up, but cut in sticks, like French fries, but they were thicker. And the only thing she'd put in that pan was bacon grease or fatback or hog jaw grease or something like that, with onions and potatoes. And you just get them done. You wouldn't get them golden brown. Man, them things was good. Lord have mercy. And people wonder how I got up to where I am in my weight. My wife got me up there. Boy, she could cook. She could cook. I liked her Indian fried bread. I liked her butternut pound cake. I liked her country style steak. Oh my goodness. And that was what she lived for, was cooking those meals. She loved to see me dive into her food and like it. But she was a very sensitive woman too, because she would, well, I wouldn't tell it if she was sitting here alive listening, because it upsets her when she thinks about it. And I probably told this before, but she made, that's the one you gotta see my face. I think. Let me get my other hat. Yeah, we loved homemade ice cream. Loved it. Can you see me now, folks? We loved homemade ice cream. And we used to just have a hand crank ice cream maker. But that got old, and we finally got an electric one. And she got everything all mixed up and everything, and she got it, mixed everything up, and she turned that thing on, and it started churning, and it churned, and it churned, and it churned, and it kept adding ice and churning and adding ice and churning, and it should have been ready 30 minutes ago. Could not figure out what was wrong, and finally she just said, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong." And come to find out, my baby, she just cried about that. I swear, she had mistakenly put salt in the ice cream mix instead of sugar. It wouldn't freeze. God bless her heart. She was so upset over that. I guess when you pride yourself of being one of the best cooks ever, and you make a mistake like that, I guess I better watch the time, because I got to go get my baby today. Let me see what time it is. I gotta put my eyes on, dadgone it. It is 2:09. Good idea I look, 'cause I have to leave here in about 20 minutes. But yeah, she sure got upset over that. That's gone. And and I always started kidding her about it till I realized it just really upset her, so I quit kidding her about it. I'll tell you something else about my wife. She had rheumatoid arthritis, and her hands was like all knurled up and everything. But she was an upholstery seamstress. In other words, like in the factories where the sewers sew up the fabrics and all that stuff that they put on the furniture and everything. And she learned most of it on her own. She had little help in the beginning. But then everybody come to her when they wanted to learn how to do something like that. But she could sew. She's one of the best seamsters I've ever seen. And I mean, if I cut something like an arm and it has some sewing to do on it and pieces to fit to it, I wouldn't have to take that out there and show it to her, well, this is how it goes and all that. She'd look at it and look at the piece of furniture that's going on, and she'd know how it goes. That's how good she was. And her hands, and people would look at her hand, how do you do that, Norma? They called her Norma. To me, she was Sue or Susie. But yeah, she was fantastic sewer. And didn't have a mean bone in her body. Unless you got her riled up about something. And you know, and she hit me of course she knew she couldn't hurt me. She didn't have the strength. But she really didn't mean to hurt me. She would just, if she was trying to get my attention and I wouldn't pay attention, and she'd reach up there and push me or something like that. And one day, she was trying to get my attention and I wasn't paying attention. She discovered that she could take her arm up like that with them elbows and bam, punch me with them elbows. It was like somebody hitting me with a sharp stick or something. So from then on, if she wanted my attention and I wasn't paying attention, she got it. my baby. Yes, sir, she got my attention. And if we was having an argument or something, you know, not a bad argument, something, we're arguing about something, and she thought I was getting the better end of it, she'd do something, she'd reach up there to hit me, then fake like I hurt her or something. Because she noticed she did that, her mama would come running. What did you do? I sure love my baby. God almighty. Just didn't know what a treasure I had. Boy, I know now. Wow. I just can't describe what a wonderful lady she was. Yeah, I'm gonna get him. Oh Lord, come on, Dauber. Yep, she was a wonderful lady. When I married her, there was like 5 girls. And I guess you could say I got the pick of the litter. Because there was one of them there. Well, it was, the youngest one always said, when I get older, I want to marry somebody just like you. That's Annie. I hope she watches this video. Yeah, she won't say that now. But then there was one the one next door to my wife. My wife was mad at me about something before we got married, and she wasn't returning any of my letters, and I was sending letters, and she wouldn't even open them or anything, and her sister, her name was Chloe, and she pretty much said, well, if you don't want him, I'll take him. I don't know how she phrased it or anything, but she was going after them letters. She'd open them letters and start writing to me. And my wife snatched them back. No, you're not. Oh my gosh. And Chloe's dead too. Dadgone it. Me and her had a special bond too, you know. Man, I sure miss my in-law family. Gosh almighty. And really the only one in my family right now that I would miss is maybe my sister, my youngest sister, and the only two sisters I got. Well, no, I got three sisters. Carol, Donna, and Carolyn. Carolyn's the one right under me. She was not quite a year after me, she was born. And Donna was born in 53. And Carol was born in 63, and she was the one give up for adoption on the day she was born. I wouldn't miss any of my brothers except George. And he's not doing good. He's really starting to get dementia bad. And me and him's brothers. But I met my in-laws. Not all of them. There's a couple of them in there that's really dickweeds, I call them. I love them, all of them. That was the best adult years of my life, was right there. All them years up there with my in-laws and none of my family involved in it. That was the absolute best years. And now, folks, I guess I can say I'm having some of my best years right now because of one thing. My loyal YouTube subscribers. I love them so much. And you folks know who I'm talking about. The others I love, but these here, I'm just their family. Their family, and I'd give them the shirt off my back if they needed it. And y'all know who you are, you know, Joyce Keitzer, Tanya, Christy, Marty, Elena, Rianne, Alan, Dingbat or Tammy, Mary Beth, and a new one just come on the line now is Rebecca Vickers. Love that girl. There's about 30 or 40 that I am just super attached to. So I can say this is going to be some of the best years of my life. I really can. And it kind of blindsided me. I didn't know I'd get attached to these people. I really don't. I don't know what the crap they see in me. I'm just a crotchety, seedy looking old man. I don't know. I'll be 80 years old next, not this March, but the following March I'll be 80. This March, next month, I'll be 79. But I am so thankful that Chris Connects, or Knipe, or whatever you want to call him, on the Chris and Holly show, talked me into doing a video channel. He said, you might as well just jump on in and get your feet wet. You know you want to do it. And I'm like, well, I don't know squat about it. And he said, well, we didn't know squat either. And back then, he only had like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. Now he's got 48 or 49, but he should have more. I don't know why he's not got more. Because he's give shout outs to some people that's up close to 100,000. Matter of fact, Tucker Upper gave Scrap and Pallet Man a shout out when Scrap and Pallet Man only had 2,000 or 3,000. And now Scrap and Pallet Man's got 104,000 subscribers. Go figure. Well, I guess I better get my butt in the house and get myself to the car and get ready to get my boy.